Close your eyes, settle into the quiet space around you, and allow your breathing to slow to a deep, natural rhythm. Imagine for a moment that you are standing along the southern coast of the island of Crete, high above the quiet waters of the Mediterranean Sea. The time is long ago, in an age bathed in soft sunlight, gentle winds, and timeless calm. The afternoon heat is beginning to give way to the cool, soothing approach of early evening. Below you, the sea stretches toward an endless horizon. It is a vast blanket of deep, sapphire blue, moving in continuous, hypnotic undulations. The waves roll toward the shoreline in slow, measured sweeps, rising softly, reaching the pale, sun-warmed sands, and then receding with a gentle, whispering sigh. Over and over, the water meets the shore with an unbroken rhythm that has echoed across these rocks for thousands of years. The air here is thick with the soothing sense of the ancient island. As a warm breeze drifts down from the hillside, it carries the dry, earthy fragrance of wild thyme and sun-baked pine. You can smell the subtle sweetness of wild sage, the crisp resin of cypress trees, and the faint, salty tang of sea spray carried on the wind. Each breath you take is clean, warm, and deeply relaxing, filling your lungs with peace and settling quietly into your chest. Above you, the canopy of an ancient olive grove casts dappled shadows across the earth. The leaves of the olive trees, a delicate shade of silvery green, rustle softly in the wind. They twist and shimmer in the fading sunlight, creating a gentle, rhythmic hum that blends seamlessly with the distant sound of the waves below. Sunlight filters through the branches in soft, golden shafts, bathing the landscape in a warm, amber glow that invites you to rest. As you look outward toward the sea, the light plays across the surface of the water like millions of tiny, flickering diamonds. The movement is slow and tranquil. Far out on the horizon, the water meets the pale sky in a seamless blur of soft blues and lavenders. There are no sudden movements here, no sharp noises. Only the steady, comforting presence of the earth, the sky, and the sea. In the distance, along the jagged cliffs that frame the bay, white seabirds glide silently on the warm thermal currents. They do not flap their wings. They simply float, effortlessly suspended between the sky and the water. They lean into the rising air, rising slightly, then turning in wide, smooth arcs that sweep across the blue expanse. Watching them, you can feel a sense of lightness, as if all weight, tension, and worry are simply drifting away on the air. The ground beneath you is solid and comforting. The earth has absorbed the heat of the sun throughout the long, quiet day, and now it radiates a soft, soothing warmth. It cradles you completely. Every exhale allows your shoulders to drop a little lower, your hands to rest a little lighter, and your mind to drift a little deeper into quiet stillness. In this ancient land, time moves slowly. The island of Crete slumbers beneath the Mediterranean sun, resting in the quiet space between myth and reality. The mountains behind you stand tall and silent, their rocky peaks softened by the hazy purple twilight that is beginning to gather in the valleys below. The world is settling down for the night. The birds return to their nests in the high cliffs, the breeze grows softer and cooler, and the sea continues its steady, rhythmic lullaby. Listen closely to the sound of the tide. It washes ashore with a slow, heavy rhythm, dragging tiny pebbles back into the deep water with a faint, musical rustle. Inhale as the wave rises, exhale as the water recedes. With every surge of the ocean, a wave of calm washes over you, soothing every muscle, quietening every thought. Here on the shores of Crete, there is nowhere you need to go, and nothing you need to do. You are entirely safe, surrounded by the quiet beauty of an ancient world. The sun sinks lower toward the horizon, painting the sky in ribbons of rose, soft gold, and deep violet. The sea absorbs these colors, turning into a calm sheet of liquid amethyst. As the light fades, the first stars begin to appear, tiny, cool points of light winking in the deepening twilight. The air cools, blanketed by a serene, soothing stillness. The story of this land, of the grand palace of Knossos hidden beyond the hills, and of the master craftsman Daedalus who once walked these very shores, begins in this absolute quiet. But for now, there is only the wind in the olive leaves, the warmth of the earth, and the timeless, sleepy song of the sea, drifting, resting, and breathing in peace. As the twilight deepens over the cliffs of Crete, the eye is drawn gently outward, far beyond the quiet shores, into the vast expanse of the mythic Aegean Sea. In this ancient age, the Aegean is not merely a body of water, but a living, breathing realm of peace and mystery. It spreads out like an infinite sheet of dark silk, cradled between the rocky shores of Greece, the distant coastlines of Asia Minor, and the scattered, sleepy islands that dot its surface like emeralds dropped into a deep blue dream. Allow your mind to float out over these tranquil waters. The air above the open sea is cool and pure, carrying no weight, no rush, and no noise. The evening sky overhead has shifted into a velvety shade of indigo, where the ancient constellations begin to reveal themselves one by one. The sailor's stars, the Great Bear, Cassiopeia, and the shimmering cluster of the Pleiades glow with a soft, steady brilliance, casting pale tracks of starlight across the dark, undulating surface of the water. Imagine drifting above the gentle swells, looking down at the scattered islands of the Cyclades. There sits Delos, bathed in silver moonlight, quiet and holy, resting peacefully upon the water. Beyond it lie Paros, Naxos, and Samos, their steep stone hills softened by the shadows of the night. On each of these islands, the groves of cedar and oak are still. The mountain goats have bedded down in the cool, shaded alcoves of the limestone cliffs. The hearth fires in small fishing villages have burned down to soft, glowing embers, sending thin curls of fragrant wood smoke drifting upward into the night air. Every island slumbers, anchored in the absolute stillness of the ancient world. The water below moves with a slow, heavy pulse, the heartbeat of the earth itself. There are no engines, no cities, no distant hums of modern life. There is only the timeless sound of the sea meeting stone. The swells rise up to touch the dark, weather-worn bases of sea arches, filling the cavernous grottos with a low, resonant murmur that echoes softly across the bay before receding back into the dark depths. If you look beneath the glassy surface of the Aegean, the sea is alive with quiet wonder. Beneath the waves, schools of fish glide in silent, synchronized harmony through the dark currents. Gentle sea turtles paddle weightlessly through the cool, clear water, drifting along paths carved by time. Bioluminescent plankton glow faintly with every tiny movement of the water, tracing soft, electric blue ribbons of light through the dark depths, like stars floating within the ocean itself. A soft, cool wind, the gentle Etesian breeze, sweeps across the open water. It brings with it the clean, crisp mineral scent of salt, blended with the sweet, distant aroma of wild lavender and flowering myrtle blown from the high hilltops of the islands. It is a breath of air so pure, so soothing, that every time it touches you, your body sinks deeper into complete relaxation. The air cools your skin just enough to make the warmth of your blanket feel even more heavy, comfortable, and secure. In these quiet hours of the night, the Aegean feels ancient beyond measure. For centuries, ships with dark wooden hulls and tall, square canvas sails have crossed these waters, guided only by the wind and the stars. Tonight, however, the harbors are quiet. The wooden ships are tethered safely to stone piers, gently rocking side to side, their ropes creaking softly in rhythm with the water. Everything in this mythic world has returned to a state of equilibrium. The gods of the old stories seem to be at peace, resting in the quiet places of the world, in the deep caves of Ida, in the high, cloud-draped peaks of Olympus, and in the cool, silent abysses beneath the sea. Feel the vastness of this sea surrounding you, not as something overwhelming, but as a vast, comforting cradle. It stretches out for hundreds of miles, holding the world in a quiet, protective embrace. The sky above is endless, filled with billions of distant worlds, watching over the sleeping earth with cold, beautiful serenity. You are floating safely in the middle of this peaceful landscape, suspended between the quiet sky and the deep, dark sea. There is no passage of time here. Past and present dissolve into the soft, rhythmic churning of the waves. Every breath you take matches the rise and fall of the tide, rising slowly, falling softly, carrying away every last remnant of thought, until your entire mind is as smooth, still, and clear as the Aegean Sea under a moonlit sky. Let the water hold you. Let the gentle sea breeze rock you. The night over the mythic sea is long, dark, and full of quiet dreams, inviting you to drift deeper and deeper into an unbroken, restful sleep. Leaving behind the wide, dark waters of the open Aegean, our journey drifts gently northward, across the quiet coastline of Attica, toward the legendary city of Athens. Long before the great marble temples were built upon the Acropolis, Athens was a quiet, sun-dappled valley of olive orchards, shaded stone pathways, and soft, winding streams. In this early age, the city moved at a slow, deliberate pace. The days were measured not by clocks, but by the gradual arc of the sun overhead, the changing shadows against limestone walls, and the gentle song of cicadas resting in the warm pine trees. It was here, in this peaceful realm of thought and creation, that the master craftsman Daedalus spent his early years. Imagine Daedalus walking through the quiet outskirts of Athens as late afternoon turns to dusk. He is a man of deep, meditative calm. His mind is not hurried, nor is it restless. It is a quiet lake, reflective and clear, observing the hidden patterns of the natural world with absolute patience. As he walks along a dry stone path, his leather sandals make a soft, rhythmic crunch against the earth. Step, step, step. A pace as steady and soothing as a heartbeat. He stops to admire the architectural marvel of a spider's web woven between two branches of a wild fig tree. He watches how the thin silver threads hold the weight of the evening dew, shining like microscopic pearls in the amber twilight. He studies the way the curved shell of a snail offers complete protection while maintaining perfect mathematical harmony. To Daedalus, the world is filled with quiet geometry and silent wisdom waiting to be understood. Around him, the city of Athens begins to settle into its evening rest. The air is cool and fragrant, filled with the scent of blooming jasmine, crushed pine needles, and the warm, earthy aroma of baking barley bread drifting from clay ovens. Thin columns of blue smoke rise straight up into the still, windless sky, softening the outline of the rocky hills. Women walk back from the hillside springs carrying clay amphorae on their shoulders, their woven linen robes whispering softly against their ankles as they move. Men guide their sleepy oxen back to the wooden barns, the soft brass bells around the animals' necks chiming with a gentle, metallic sound. Ting. The sound echoes off the stone hillsides, floating softly over the sleepy valley before fading into the calm night air. Daedalus climbs a gentle, winding path toward his home, situated on a quiet hill overlooking the city. From here, he can look down upon the humble clay brick homes, their terracotta roof tiles glowing with the last reddish light of the setting sun. Beyond the city, the tall, purple peaks of Mount Hymettus stand like silent sentinels, holding back the cool air of the night. Daedalus sits down upon a smooth bench of sun-warmed white limestone outside his doorway. He rests his calloused hands upon his knees, hands that have carved hard oak, shaped molten bronze, and polished delicate ivory until it felt as smooth as silk. His body is weary from a day of quiet focus, but it is a comfortable, satisfying tiredness that prepares the body for deep rest. He rests his head back against the cool stone wall of his house and closes his eyes. He listens to the night taking shape around him. A gentle breeze begins to blow down from the mountains, rustling the thick leaves of the plane trees overhead. The sound is like the ocean, a soft, green tide of sound that washes over the quiet courtyard. High above in the olive trees, a nightingale begins its nocturnal song, a series of low, sweet, liquid notes that melt into the darkness. As Daedalus breathes in the cool, night air, his mind turns to his many creations. He thinks of the wooden statues he carved, statues so lifelike, with eyes of polished stone and limbs so perfectly balanced that people swore they saw them breathe in the twilight. He thinks of the delicate folding chairs carved from dark walnut, the bronze locks that turned with a silent click, and the plumb lines that helped builders lay stones as straight as the horizon. Yet, despite his great skill, there is no pride or noise in his spirit. Daedalus understands that his art is merely a reflection of the peace he finds in nature. He creates not to conquer the world, but to listen to it, to align wood, metal, and stone with the quiet laws of the universe. The sky above Athens transforms into a deep, dark velvet. The moon, a delicate silver crescent, hangs quietly above Mount Hymettus, casting long, soft shadows across the courtyard. The stars begin to blink into existence, one by one, filling the dark dome above with a cold, beautiful light. Daedalus feels a profound sense of heavy, peaceful stillness setting into his bones. His breath grows long, slow, and shallow. Inhale the cool scent of pine, exhale the warmth of the day. Every breath releases any remaining tension, allowing his body to sink completely into the supporting stone. In this quiet hour, the city of Athens sleeps beneath the stars. The fires are out, the streets are silent, and the mind of the master craftsman drifts into a calm, dreamless realm, perfectly at rest in the heart of the ancient world. Step inside the quiet sanctuary of Daedalus's Athenian workshop, a place where time seems to slow down to a peaceful, meditative crawl. The workshop is a spacious, cool room built from thick blocks of whitewashed stone, shaded from the intense Mediterranean heat by a low, overhanging roof of terracotta tiles. As you cross the threshold, the air immediately changes. It feels distinctly cooler, heavy with the comforting, grounded sense of creation and aged materials. Take a slow, deep breath in and smell the rich atmosphere of this silent retreat. The air is fragrant with the sweet, dry aroma of freshly planed cedarwood and dark, aged oak. There is the subtle, resinous scent of pine pitch, used to seal wood against the weather, blended with the clean, metallic tang of cold bronze tools resting on stone benches. In the corner, a pot of golden beeswax sits cooling, filling the room with a delicate, honeyed warmth that softens the air and soothes the senses. Sunlight enters the workshop not in harsh glares, but in long, soft beams through high, narrow windows set into the thick stone walls. Tiny particles of fine wooden dust float weightlessly within these golden shafts of light, drifting up and down like suspended microstars, moving in absolute silence. Look around the room at the tools of the master craftsman, each resting quietly in its appointed place. Along the wall hang rows of bronze chisels, their wooden handles smoothed and polished by years of gentle hands. There are fine iron saws with tiny, perfectly uniform teeth, delicate calipers made of bone, used to measure fractions of an inch, and heavy wooden mallets crafted from dense olive wood. Long rolls of pale linen thread sit beside jars of ground mineral pigments, lapis lazuli blue, malachite green, and warm terracotta red, waiting to be mixed with clear oils. In the center of the workshop stands a massive workbench carved from a single trunk of ancient oak. Its surface is scarred with fine lines and smooth indentations, telling the quiet story of 1,000 finished creations. On the bench lies Daedalus's latest project, left at rest for the evening. It is an intricate mechanical bird carved from lightweight basswood. Its wings are composed of dozens of delicate wooden feathers, hinged together with fine copper pins so fine they are almost invisible to the eye. Daedalus has worked on this piece for weeks, never rushing, placing each joint with complete, quiet focus. Reach out in your mind and touch the wood. Feel how impossibly smooth it is, rubbed with fine pumice stone and oiled until it feels like soft silk beneath your fingertips. There are no rough edges here, no jagged points. Every surface has been smoothed into a gentle, continuous curve that invites complete rest. Outside the thick stone walls, the sounds of the world are muffled and distant. You can barely hear the gentle, rhythmic chirping of the evening crickets in the grass outside, or the soft whisper of the wind moving through the olive leaves in the courtyard. The stone walls absorb every harsh sound, wrapping the workshop in a blanket of profound, protective silence. The temperature in the room continues to drop gently as night falls over Athens. The stone floor beneath your feet is cool, solid, and reassuringly firm. It holds the ancient Earth's stability, grounding you completely in this moment of quiet. Daedalus moves through the workshop with slow, deliberate steps. He does not light the oil lamps tonight. Instead, he allows the fading twilight to guide his hands as he cleans his tools, wiping each blade with an oiled cloth before laying it down on a soft pad of felt. Swish, wipe, rest. The rhythmic, repetitive motion is like a lullaby, clearing his mind of all complex thoughts, all calculations, and all geometry. He sweeps the day's fine curls of cedar wood shavings into a small heap in the corner. They fall with a soft, papery rustle, releasing one last burst of comforting forest scent into the air. Now, the workshop is completely still. The tools are at rest. The wooden bird sits upon the oak bench, its carved wings folded in eternal calm. The golden dust has settled to the floor. The last ray of warm sunlight retreats from the stone wall, replaced by the cool, pale silver light of the moon stepping through the high window. Sit down upon a low wooden stool beside the workbench. Lean your head back against the cool, whitewashed wall. In this workshop, there is no pressure to build, no need to solve, and no urgency to create. Everything that needed to be done today has been finished. The materials rest in harmony with their maker. The air is still, warm, and comforting, holding you in a cocoon of absolute safety and peace. Listen to the absolute silence of the room. It is a deep, heavy silence that settles into your chest, slowing your breathing to match the quiet pulse of the sleeping city outside. Inhale the sweet, soothing scent of cedar and beeswax. Exhale every thought, letting your mind grow completely still. The master's workshop is asleep under the stars, locked in a timeless, dreamless peace, resting, quiet, and still. The time has come to leave the quiet hills of Athens behind, embarking upon a long, tranquil sea voyage southward toward the island of Crete. Night has fully set in as the heavy wooden merchant vessel glides away from the harbor of Piraeus. The ship is crafted from thick planks of dark pine, sealed with fragrant black pitch, and held together with sturdy oak pegs. It moves not with sudden speed, but with a slow, hypnotic rocking, a rhythmic side-to-side sway that cradles everyone on board in a deep, effortless rhythm. Sway, thighs, breast. You lie near the stern of the vessel, wrapped in a thick, soft blanket of coarse woven wool. Beneath you, the timber deck is smooth and cool, vibrating gently with the deep, muffled hum of the sea pushing against the hull. Overhead, the great square canvas sail is fully open, filled with a steady, gentle northern breeze. The wind does not blow in harsh gusts. It flows like a vast, invisible river, pushing the ship smoothly across the dark water under the starry sky. Listen to the gentle sounds of the ship at sea. The tall timber mast creaks with a low, rhythmic groan as the wind fills the sail. Creak, hum, a sound as comforting and predictable as an ancient lullaby. High above, the heavy ropes made of twisted hemp sing softly in the breeze, producing a quiet, musical vibration that rises and falls with the motion of the swells. At the bow, the curved wooden stem splits the ocean surface, creating a continuous, soothing hiss of white foam. Wash, like rain falling softly onto a still forest lake. The world beyond the ship has dissolved into a vast, peaceful sanctuary of darkness and starlight. The land is gone now. There are no city lights on the horizon, no fires along the shore, no sharp outlines of mountains. There is only the wide, open expanse of the Mediterranean Sea at night, blending seamlessly into the infinite dome of the heavens. The water is so dark and still between the gentle swells that it reflects the silver light of the stars above, making it feel as though the ship is floating effortlessly through the cosmos itself. Daedalus sits nearby, leaning his back against the low wooden railing. Beside him sleeps his young son, Icarus, curled beneath a soft woolen cloak, his breathing slow, steady, and light. Daedalus tilts his head back, watching the stars sweep across the sky in their slow, nightly parade. He looks up at the North Star, glowing with a calm, unwavering light, guiding the helmsman's gentle hand on the long wooden tiller. He watches the constellation of Orion tilt slowly toward the west, marking the steady, peaceful passage of the night hours. There is no anxiety in his heart for the journey ahead, no worry about what King Minos will ask of him in Crete. There is only the deep, quiet acceptance of the present moment. Feel the cool ocean air as it sweeps over your face. It carries the crisp, clean scent of deep-sea water, cold and pure, mixed with the warm, resinous aroma of the pine pitch coating the ship's timbers. Every breath you take draws this cool, clear air deep into your lungs, washing away the last lingering fatigue of the day and replacing it with a heavy, soothing stillness. The temperature grows milder as the vessel moves further south, drawn toward the warm heart of the Mediterranean. The night breeze feels like soft velvet against your skin. Every movement of the ship seems to sink you deeper into your woolen blanket, making your limbs feel heavy, warm, and entirely relaxed. The sea beneath the hull moves in long, rolling swells, slow, gentle hills of dark water that rise and fall with absolute consistency. The ship rises smoothly to the crest of a wave, lingers for a breathless, weightless moment at the top, and then slides gently down into the calm trough below. Rising slowly, floating, dipping down softly, the sensation is like being rocked in a giant, weightless cradle held by the ocean itself. There is nothing for you to hold on to, nothing you need to steer, and nowhere else you need to be. The ship knows the way. The wind is steady, the stars are clear, and the sea is holding you safely in its vast, timeless embrace. As the middle hours of the night arrive, the sounds of the ship soften even further. The helmsman stands quietly at the tiller, his silhouette silent against the moonlit water. The sailors rest along the deck, wrapped in their cloaks, lulled into deep sleep by the endless song of the sea. The only sound left in the universe is the rhythmic splash of water against the hull and the soft, steady whisper of the wind in the canvas high above. Swaying, drifting, floating south, the island of Crete lies far ahead, sleeping beneath the horizon, waiting for the morning light. But morning is still many long, peaceful hours away. For now, there is only the vast, dark sea, the quiet stars overhead, and the deep, unbroken calm of a journey across the ancient waters. Close your eyes, let the gentle rocking of the wooden ship take complete hold of your body, and drift down into a deep, restful sleep. The long sea voyage comes to a peaceful end as the vessel glides into the sun-dappled harbor of Crete. Beyond the shore, nestled among rolling hills covered in ancient olive trees, stands the grand palace of Knossos, the monumental seat of King Minos. As you step into the palace complex, the bustling energy of the outside world fades into a quiet, reverent hush. Knossos is not a dark or fortress-like stronghold. It is a sprawling, sunlit sanctuary built from warm gypsum stone, red-painted wooden columns, and cool alabaster floors. Designed to catch every gentle breeze blowing off the Mediterranean, its endless corridors and open courtyards feel airy, spacious, and deeply tranquil. Walk slowly down the grand processional passageway. The air inside the palace is noticeably cooler than the warm Cretan air outside, chilled by the thick stone walls and shaded porticos. Take a deep, slow breath in and savor the unique, peaceful scent of Knossos. The atmosphere carries the crisp, clean aroma of freshly washed limestone, blended with the sweet, floral perfume of crushed lilies and saffron blossoms. In the shaded corners, oil lamps burn gently, diffusing the rich, grounding fragrance of sweet myrrh and sun-dried cedarwood. Every breath is smooth and soothing, inviting your mind to slow down and rest. Look around at the grand murals painted upon the smooth plaster walls. Soft, earth-toned frescoes depict scenes of timeless beauty, vibrant blue dolphins leaping effortlessly through stylized waves, young maidens carrying golden urns through fields of wildflowers, and quiet processions bathed in tones of terracotta red, seafoam green, and pale ochre. The colors are warm and harmonious, designed to rest the eyes and calm the spirit. The palace is built on multiple levels, connected by broad staircases made of smooth, pale stone. As you ascend the central stairwell, light pours down from open light wells high above, illuminating dust motes drifting lazily through the quiet air. Listen to the peaceful acoustics of this ancient structure. In the open courtyards, stone fountains trickle continuously, sending tiny streams of fresh mountain water cascading over tiers of carved marble. Plip, plop, trickle. The gentle liquid sound echoes softly through the stone corridors, creating a natural, hypnotic lullaby that washes over every room. Far below in the quiet storage halls, rows of massive clay jars, pithoi, stand higher than a person's shoulder, holding olive oil, golden honey, and sweet grain in cool, silent darkness. Daedalus and his young son, Icarus, are led through these grand halls toward the private quarters prepared for them. The master craftsman walks with quiet, measured steps, his leather sandals making a soft, rhythmic friction against the polished alabaster floor. He looks at the intricate stone joints and the tapered wooden columns, admiring the harmony and balance built into every corner of the palace. They reach a shaded balcony overlooking the central courtyard. Heavy linen curtains, dyed a soft indigo blue, hang from the timber beams above, swaying gently in the evening wind. As the breeze moves through the fabric, it produces a soft, papery rustle that settles the nerves like a gentle hand resting on your shoulder. Sit down upon a low stone bench lined with soft cushions of woven wool. From here, you can look out across the terraced roofs of the palace as the sun begins its slow, golden descent behind the peaks of Mount Juctus. The fading sunlight paints the palace walls in shades of soft peach, warm amber, and dusty rose. Long, cool shadows stretch across the courtyard below, where the sound of the trickling fountain grows even clearer in the gathering quiet. The palace of Knossos is entering its evening rest. The servants move through the halls with silent, barefoot grace, lighting small clay oil lamps that cast a warm, flickering glow against the painted dolphins on the walls. The air grows cooler, carrying the scent of evening nightshade and wild thyme from the surrounding hills. Feel a heavy, comforting weight settling over your entire body. Your arms rest limply at your sides, your shoulders sink down toward the seat, and your legs feel completely relaxed against the solid floor. In this grand, peaceful palace, there is no noise, no conflict, and no hurry. King Minos's court is quiet, waiting for the master craftsman to begin his work in the days to come. But tonight, there is only rest. The massive stone walls stand strong and protective, sheltering everyone within from the outside world. Close your eyes and listen to the rhythmic murmur of the palace, the distant trickle of water, the soft whisper of indigo curtains in the breeze, and the steady, quiet pulse of an ancient world settling into sleep. Inhale the sweet, cool air of the hall, exhale every lingering thought. Allow yourself to drift completely into the serene, timeless dream of Knossos. In the quietest sanctuary of his new quarters, Daedalus sits before a large, low drafting table carved from a single slab of dark, smooth slate. The room is still, shaded from the afternoon heat by thick stone walls and high, narrow windows that admit only a soft, ambient glow. Tonight, the master craftsman begins to design the labyrinth, not as a place of terror or chaos, but as a masterpiece of infinite geometry, symmetry, and tranquil order. Take a slow, deep breath in and enter the meditative silence of the craftsman's mind. The air in the drafting room is cool and exceptionally still. It smells faintly of fine slate dust, dried black oak gall ink, and the sweet, resinous warmth of a single olive oil lamp flickering softly on the corner of the table. The small flame casts a warm, golden circle of light across the smooth slate surface, illuminating the master's tools: fine bronze compasses, straight edges carved from bone, and slender reed pens smoothed by long use. Daedalus rests his hands on the edge of the stone table. He does not rush to draw. He begins with quiet visualization, closing his eyes to let the structure form within his mind first. A continuous, flowing pattern of winding corridors, repeating archways, and quiet, turning paths that loop seamlessly back into one another. He dips the tip of a fine reed pen into dark, glossy ink. The sound of the nib touching the slate is a microscopic, delicate whisper. Scritch, fit, fist. With absolute precision, his hand guides the pen across the stone, drawing a single, elegant curve. Then another, perfectly parallel to the first. The rhythm of his drawing is as rhythmic and steady as his own calm breathing. Each line unfolds smoothly, creating a geometric dance of turning stone pathways that move inward, outward, and around a central heart of complete silence. Imagine looking down at the slate as the pattern slowly blooms beneath the warm lamplight. The design is based on the quiet laws of nature, the spiral of a seashell found along the Cretan shore, the repeating turns of a river winding through a silent valley, the slow, circular orbits of the stars across the midnight sky. Every wall has its exact counterpart. Every turn leads to a moment of quiet reflection. There are no dead ends in this vision, only long, peaceful corridors where the light softens and the air grows cool and still. As Daedalus works, young Icarus sits on a low-woven mat nearby, watching his father's steady hand. The boy's eyes are heavy with sleep, lulled by the soft, repetitive sound of the reed pen on stone and the gentle, rhythmic flicker of the lamp flame. He rests his head upon a soft linen pillow, his breathing growing slow, deep, and rhythmic. Inhale, fist. Listen to the tranquil silence that wraps around the drafting room. Outside the window, night has fallen completely over the palace of Knossos. The mountain wind brings the sweet, cool scent of night-blooming jasmine and damp earth into the room, gently stirring the corner of the slate table. Far below, the palace fountains continue their eternal, liquid lullaby. Trickle, splash, trickle, a soft background hum that weaves through the quiet space like a ribbon of silver water. Daedalus adjusts his bronze compass, opening its legs to measure a precise, sweeping arc. The small brass hinge turns with a silent, smooth glide. He places the point upon the center of the slate and rotates the instrument, drawing a wide, perfect circle that encompasses all the winding paths within its protective curve. The geometry of the labyrinth is hypnotic. To trace its paths with your eyes is to invite your mind to let go of all linear thoughts, all worries, and all sense of urgency. The turning paths lead the imagination deeper and deeper into a sanctuary of total calm, where every corner brings a quiet shadow, every archway holds a breath of cool air, and every corridor wraps you in safety and stillness. Feel a heavy, soothing relaxation settling over your entire body, mirroring the calm focus of the room. Your eyelids grow heavy, bathed in the soft amber glow of the oil lamp. Your shoulders sink down, completely unsupported by tension. Your hands rest loosely, feeling as smooth and quiet as the slate table itself. Daedalus sets his reed pen down upon a soft pad of felt. The ink on the slate shines briefly in the lamplight before drying into a matte, velvety black pattern of infinite peace. The draft is complete. The master craftsman looks down upon his work, satisfied with its quiet harmony. He reaches out with 2 fingers and gently pinches the wick of the oil lamp. The small flame vanishes, leaving a thin, sweet curl of smoke that drifts upward into the dark room before dissipating into the cool air. The drafting room is now bathed in the soft, pale silver light of the moon streaming through the window, illuminating the slate table and the quiet form of the sleeping boy. Daedalus leans back in his chair, closes his eyes, and allows the quiet geometry of the labyrinth to rest within his thoughts. The lines are set, the paths are clear, and the world outside is sound asleep under the ancient stars. Breathe in the cool, quiet air of the night. Let your thoughts turn gently along the winding, peaceful paths of the slate drawing, and drift softly into a deep, unbroken, and restful sleep. Now, the quiet vision drawn upon the slate begins to take physical form upon the earth, entering a phase of slow, rhythmic, and meditative construction. Down in a wide, cool valley just beyond the main palace walls, the foundation of the labyrinth is laid. This is not a place of chaotic labor or harsh noise. Under Daedalus's watchful guidance, the work moves with the calm, measured cadence of a sacred ritual. Hundreds of stonemasons, carpenters, and artisans move across the site like a silent, well-orchestrated river, their movements deliberate, quiet, and deeply focused. Take a slow, deep breath in and step into the sun-warmed, peaceful atmosphere of the rising stone maze. The air here is rich with the dry, clean scents of the earth. It smells of freshly quarried limestone, pale gypsum, and the cool, damp aroma of wet mortar mixed with fine sea sand and river clay. As the midday sun warms the stone blocks, they release a comforting, earthy heat that fills the valley with a grounding, ancient warmth. A soft breeze drifts through the open corridors, carrying the subtle perfume of blooming almond trees from the nearby hills. Listen to the hypnotic, rhythmic sounds of the construction site. A landscape of work softened into a tranquil symphony. In the shaded quarry alcoves, stonemasons shape the massive blocks of pale limestone. The sound of their bronze chisels tapping against the stone is soft, resonant, and steady. Tip, tip, hink, tap. Like the slow, rhythmic ticking of a clock or the gentle drip of water in a deep cave. The sound echoes softly off the rising walls, bouncing from corridor to corridor before dying away into the quiet valley air. Heavy wooden sledges, laden with smooth stone blocks, glide slowly over oiled wooden rollers. The timber beams groan with a low, satisfying murmur, creak, hum, as groups of oxen pull with steady, unhurried steps. The wooden wheels turn slowly in the soft dirt, producing a deep, rumbling purr that vibrates gently through the ground beneath your feet. Daedalus walks slowly along the tops of the rising walls, holding a long lead plumb line in his calloused hand. Attached to the fine linen string is a heavy bronze weight shaped like a teardrop. He lowers it down the face of a tall limestone block, watching as the bronze weight settles into complete stillness. There is no sway, no tremor, no rush. The stone is perfectly plumb, perfectly true, and perfectly at peace with the earth below it. Look around at the architecture as it slowly climbs toward the sky. The corridors are long and narrow, designed so that the high stone walls cast deep, cool shadows across the gravel walkways even during the hottest hours of the day. As you walk through these newly built passages, the temperature drops instantly by several degrees, wrapping you in a refreshing blanket of shade. Reach out your hand and place your palm flat against one of the freshly laid gypsum blocks. The stone is smooth, flat, and solid beyond measure. It holds the deep, comforting stability of the mountain from which it was carved. Feeling its cool weight beneath your fingers, a sense of absolute security and permanence settles deep into your body. The masons lay thick layers of soft, pale mortar between the stones. Using broad bronze trowels, they smooth the wet clay until it sits flush with the edges. Scrape, glide, smooth. A quiet, liquid sound that repeats over and over as wall after wall rises toward the sky. As afternoon fades into late evening, the work naturally slows to a peaceful halt. The sun dips behind the purple crests of the Cretan mountains, casting long, violet shadows through the winding turns of the labyrinth. The artisans lay down their bronze chisels, wooden mallets, and measuring lines upon soft wool pads. They wipe the pale stone dust from their hands and move quietly off toward their homes, leaving the labyrinth in total, unbroken stillness. Now, the newly built structure rests under the gathering twilight. The high stone walls stand like silent guardians, catching the last cool breeze blowing in from the sea. Inside the winding corridors, the air is completely still, holding the calm, clean scent of limestone and damp clay. The gravel pathways between the walls are smooth and unmarked, waiting in serene silence. High above, the first stars begin to appear in the darkening sky, peering down into the open-roofed passages of the maze. The moon rises, casting pale silver ribbons of light along the tops of the walls, illuminating the subtle geometry that Daedalus designed with such quiet care. Stand at the entrance of the rising labyrinth and look down its long, peaceful corridor. There is no confusion here, no noise, and no fear. It is simply a monumental sculpture of cool stone and quiet shade, cradling the silence of the island in its vast, protective embrace. The walls are strong enough to withstand 1,000 storms. The paths are smooth enough to walk in complete darkness. Feel your body sinking into this same heavy, immovable stillness. Your muscles loosen completely, resting on the solid foundation of the earth. Your breath grows long, slow, and soft, echoing the deep, quiet rest of the silent quarry. Inhale the cool, clean scent of the stone, exhale every lingering thought. The construction rests under the peaceful night sky, grounded, silent, and completely at peace. With the completion of the great maze, King Minos, fearful that the master craftsman might share its secret geometries with the outside world, places Daedalus and his young son, Icarus, within the quiet sanctuary of the high coastal tower. The tower rises like a solitary stone sentinel above the jagged cliffs of southern Crete. Far from being a dark prison, it is an airy, sun-bleached observatory of smooth white stone, open to the endless sky and the wide expanse of the blue Mediterranean far below. Take a long, slow breath in and feel the high, pure air of this quiet retreat fill your lungs. Up here, elevated far above the noisy affairs of the palace, the world is reduced to its most serene elements: stone, wind, sea, and sky. The atmosphere in the tower's upper chamber is clean, crisp, and delightfully cool. The breeze enters freely through broad, arched windows carved directly into the thick limestone walls, carrying with it the fresh, invigorating mineral scent of sea salt and the sweet, resinous aroma of wild thyme drifting up from the cliffside far below. The interior of the tower chamber is simple, uncluttered, and deeply peaceful. The floor is made of broad slabs of pale marble, polished until it feels as smooth and cool as silk beneath bare feet. Heavy wooden beams of aromatic cedar cross the ceiling overhead, supporting a vaulted roof that catches every whisper of the wind. A low table carved from dark olive wood sits near the center of the room, holding clay water jugs and bowls of sun-dried figs and olives. In the corner stand two simple wooden cots, draped with thick, soft blankets of undyed sheep's wool. Listen to the tranquil, repeating melody of life at this great height. The primary sound in the tower is the steady, rhythmic breathing of the sea far below. The waves crash softly against the base of the cliffs with a low, muffled thunder, wash, hush, a deep, bass frequency that vibrates gently through the very stone of the tower, anchoring the room in a continuous, hypnotic pulse. Upward rises the surge, down falls the retreat. Over and over, the ocean sings its ancient song, softening every thought and lulling the mind into complete surrender. Beside the ocean's rhythm is the gentle, musical sigh of the wind as it passes through the open arches of the stone windows. It whistles softly across the stone sills, whew, like a soft wooden flute played by an invisible hand. In this high space, time loses all its urgency. Daedalus and Icarus adapt quickly to the gentle, unhurried routine of their captive solitude. During the quiet hours of the afternoon, when the sun paints the sea in brilliant sheets of liquid gold, Icarus lies stretched out upon his wool cot near the eastern window. He rests his head upon his folded arms, watching the clouds float lazily across the deep blue sky. He watches how they shift, melt, and reform with absolute patience, moving across the sky without a sound. His body is warm, comfortable, and completely still, lulled into a state of blissful, dreamlike tranquility. Daedalus sits nearby on a low stool, his back resting against the cool stone wall. He is not bitter or restless. His mind, as always, is quiet, observant, and reflective. He spends long, peaceful hours observing the light as it moves across the marble floor, watching the golden rectangles of sunlight grow long and thin as the afternoon slowly turns into evening. Feel a heavy, comforting weight settling into your limbs as you imagine resting in this high stone tower. The world below seems tiny, distant, and insignificant. All the noise, the hurry, and the worries of earthly life remain far down at sea level, unable to climb the sheer stone faces of the cliff. Up here, wrapped in the safety of thick stone and endless sky, you are completely protected. As the sun begins its slow descent toward the sea, the light inside the tower chamber transforms. The pale marble floor warms into shades of soft coral, warm amber, and delicate violet. The cool sea breeze shifts, blowing softly down from the high mountain peaks behind the tower, bringing with it the crisp, refreshing air of the Cretan night. Daedalus walks slowly to the arched window and rests his hands upon the smooth stone sill. The stone has held the sun's warmth all day, radiating a comforting heat directly into his palms. He looks down at the sea, where the dark waves are beginning to catch the pale silver light of the rising moon. He looks over at his young son, whose breathing has now settled into the slow, heavy cadence of deep, peaceful sleep. Icarus's chest rises and falls in perfect harmony with the waves crashing against the cliffside below. And out, up, and down, Daedalus returns to his own cot and lies down beneath the thick, soft wool. The blanket is heavy, warm, and comforting, pressing gently against his shoulders and arms, anchoring him to the solid frame of the bed. He closes his eyes and listens to the night symphony of the tower, the muffled roar of the sea below, the soft whistle of the wind through the archway, and the steady, quiet breathing of his son. Inhale the clean, salty air of the high cliff, exhale every last remnant of the day. High above the earth, suspended between the starry sky and the sleeping ocean, the stone tower rests in unbroken peace. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, and nothing to worry about. The night is long, deep, and silent, holding the high tower in an endless, comforting embrace. From their elevated sanctuary in the high stone tower, Daedalus and Icarus turn their quiet attention outward, spending endless, peaceful hours watching the vast, open expanse of the sky. Up here, where the stone meets the clouds, the sky is not merely empty space. It is an ever-changing canvas of light, motion, and weightless freedom. The atmosphere is clear and soft, completely unhurried, inviting the mind to let go of the ground below and float serenely into the endless blue. Take a slow, deep, restful breath in, filling your lungs with the pure, weightless air of the upper heavens. Sit beside father and son along the broad, smooth sill of the tower's highest archway. The sun-warmed limestone beneath you is solid and supportive, holding you completely safe as your gaze drifts out into the wide horizon. Below, the dark sea stretches to the edge of the world. Above, the endless sky opens like a vast, protective dome. Listen to the silent language of the birds that inhabit this high realm. Great white seagulls, majestic eagles, and swift falcons glide past the open windows of the tower. They do not fight the wind, they move with it in complete, quiet harmony. Watch how a seagull extends its long, slender wings, holding them perfectly still as it catches a warm thermal rising from the sun-heated cliffs below. Float, balance, rise, rest. The bird glides effortlessly without a single flap of its wings, suspended in the air like a leaf resting upon a still pond. It leans gently to the left, and its entire body responds, sweeping into a wide, elegant arc that traces the curve of the coastline. It tilts its tail feathers ever so slightly, catching the breeze to lift itself higher into the warm, golden light of the late afternoon. Daedalus watches every detail with deep, quiet fascination. His eyes follow the overlapping layers of the bird's feathers, how the large, sturdy flight feathers along the outer edge cut smoothly through the air, while the smaller, softer downy feathers beneath keep the bird warm against the cool ocean wind. He studies the gentle curve of the wing's upper surface, noticing how the air glides over it, creating a natural, weightless lift that defies gravity. Beside him, Icarus rests his chin in his palms, his eyes wide and dreamlike as he tracks a pair of white gulls circling high above the blue waters. The boy watches how weightless they seem, how they float, dive, and soar without effort, as if the air itself were a soft, invisible cushion holding them up. Watching their slow, rhythmic turns, a profound feeling of lightness fills his chest. The heavy, stone-bound world below seems to melt away, replaced by the tranquil sensation of soaring through open space. Soaring slowly, drifting on the wind, weightless and free, the sky itself moves in a slow, hypnotic rhythm. Great white cumulus clouds, soft and billowy like freshly washed wool, drift lazily across the sky. They move so slowly that their motion is almost imperceptible, changing shape with gentle patience, stretching out into long, feathered tendrils, then dissolving into the pale indigo light. The ambient sounds of this high vantage point wrap around you like a soft blanket. There is the gentle, papery rustle of the bird's primary feathers as they glide close to the tower wall. Swishy, a sound as soft as a whisper. There is the steady, comforting sigh of the wind moving through the high stone arches, and far below, the low, rhythmic murmur of the sea, beating like a slow, steady heart against the foot of the cliff. As the sun begins to set, the sky transforms into a breathtaking, peaceful landscape of color. The sharp blue of midday softens into warm apricot, delicate rose, and deep, tranquil lavender. The undersides of the passing clouds catch the golden rays of the dying sun, glowing like soft amber embers in the cooling sky. Long, violet shadows stretch across the sea below, while the air around the tower turns crisp, cool, and deeply refreshing. Daedalus reaches out and gently places his hand on Icarus's shoulder. The boy's eyelids are heavy now, drooping with the weight of complete, peaceful relaxation. He has watched the sky for so long that his own mind feels as vast, open, and still as the heavens above. The birds begin to return to their nests tucked safely into the high cliff crevices. One by one, they fold their long wings against their bodies, tucking their heads beneath their warm feathers, settling down for the night in their high, secluded homes. The sky grows quiet, empty, and serene. Feel your own body settling into this same profound state of rest. Your mind grows as spacious and quiet as the evening sky. Every lingering thought, every small worry, floats away like a distant cloud dissolving into the twilight. Your breath flows in and out with slow, easy grace, matching the rise and fall of the gentle winds that carry the birds through the sky. The last golden light fades from the horizon, leaving the sky in a blanket of soft, dark velvet. The first stars begin to glisten, cold and bright, watching over the sleeping earth. Close your eyes and let your spirit drift out into that vast, peaceful sky, weightless, supported, and floating gently down into a deep, unbroken, and restful sleep. Having spent weeks watching the silent rhythms of the sky, Daedalus turns his quiet intellect toward the first phase of their grand escape, gathering the fallen plumage scattered along the secluded ledges of the high coastal cliffs. Every morning and late afternoon, when the wind settles into a soft, whispery breeze, father and son move carefully along the sun-drenched balconies and rocky stone niches surrounding their high tower home. The cliff alcoves serve as natural nesting grounds for countless gulls, eagles, and wild doves. Over seasons past, thousands of shed feathers have accumulated in the shaded hollows of the limestone, preserved by the dry ocean air and protected from the rain. Take a slow, deep breath in and feel the calm, meditative focus of this quiet task. The air along the high cliff ledges is exceptionally fresh and pure. It smells of sun-warmed stone, crisp salt water, and the dry, sweet scent of wild cliffside grass. There is no rush, no strain, and no sound save for the rhythmic sigh of the sea surging far below. Every step taken along the flat stone paths is light, sure, and completely grounded. Reach down in your mind and imagine picking up one of the large primary feathers resting in a hollow of warm, white dust. The feather is impossibly light, yet remarkably strong. As your fingers gently stroke its surface, feel the incredible texture, smooth, soft, and cool to the touch. The central shaft, or quill, is flexible and stiff, made of a natural pale horn that bends without breaking. Along its sides, thousands of microscopic barbs hook together seamlessly, forming a soft, airtight blade that glides through the air without a sound. Daedalus and Icarus collect the feathers with patient, reverent hands, placing them carefully into soft woven baskets made of dried reed. Listen to the delicate, paper-thin sounds of the gathering process, a soft, soothing symphony of natural textures. As the basket fills, the feathers rustle together with a gentle, papery whisper. Rustle, swish. Like dry autumn leaves drifting through a quiet forest, or soft silk robes sliding across a smooth floor. Swish, rustle, rest. The sound is light, continuous, and deeply satisfying, lulled by the constant, low-frequency roar of the ocean crashing against the rocks far below. The work is sorted with quiet, methodical precision. Sitting side by side on a smooth, flat rock bathed in the soft amber light of late afternoon, Daedalus and Icarus begin the soothing task of organizing the plumage by size, shape, and curve. They lay out the largest feathers first, the long, sturdy flight quills taken from the outer wings of sea eagles. These will form the lower foundation of the artificial wings, reaching out to catch the wide ocean currents. Next come the medium-sized feathers, sorted by their natural sweep, those that curve to the left placed in one soft pile, those that sweep to the right in another, ensuring perfect aerodynamic balance. Finally, they gather the smallest downy feathers, tufts of white and pale gray that feel like soft cloud fragments between your fingertips. These soft, fluffy feathers will be used to line the inner frame and upper edges, insulating the wings and smoothing the airflow across the wood. Watch young Icarus as he works with his father. The boy holds a soft white down feather up to his face, feeling its delicate tendrils tickle his cheek as he breathes out softly. The feather sways with his breath, light and weightless, completely free of gravity. The repetitive, gentle task of sorting feather after feather relaxes his young body entirely. His hands move slower and slower, his shoulders drop, his mind grows as soft, quiet, and peaceful as the mountain of down resting in his basket. Feel a heavy, comforting warmth settling over your own body as you picture the growing piles of soft plumage. The sun begins to set over the western sea, dipping below the horizon in a slow, breathtaking display of muted gold, soft rose, and lavender. The light catches the thousands of feathers laid out on the stone table, turning them into a shimmering sea of warm amber and silver. The wind dies down to a complete standstill. The air cools, carrying the sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine rising from the valley floor below. Daedalus covers the woven baskets with soft linen cloths to protect the feathers from the night dew. The work for the day is complete. Hundreds of shed feathers have been gathered, sorted, and prepared, each one a small, weightless piece of a dream waiting to take flight. Step back into the quiet stone chamber of the tower. The baskets rest safely in the corner, holding their soft, papery treasures in total silence. The room is cool, dark, and still, illuminated only by the pale, peaceful light of the stars appearing overhead. Lie down upon your soft wool bed and let your thoughts rest upon the weightless touch of the plumage. Your mind feels light, unburdened, and quiet. Your breath moves in and out with easy, natural rhythm. And out, rising and falling, surrounded by the soft, rustling memory of feathers and the eternal song of the sea below, drift effortlessly away into a calm, weightless, and deeply restorative sleep. With the feathers gathered and sorted into soft, papery mounds, Daedalus turns his attention to the vital binding element that will fuse wood, thread, and plumage into a single living structure, raw, golden beeswax. In the high sun-drenched hills behind the tower, local beekeepers tend ancient terracotta hives nestled among fields of blooming thyme, oregano, and wild clover. From these quiet valleys, Daedalus secures large, heavy cakes of unrefined beeswax, brought up the long stone steps in woven reed hampers. Take a slow, deep breath in, and let your senses be filled with the warm, honeyed fragrance of this ancient material. The moment the wax enters the stone chamber of the tower, the atmosphere changes completely. The room fills with a rich, intoxicatingly sweet aroma, a fragrance that holds the very essence of summer sunlight, dried wildflower pollen, rich earth, and golden honey. It is a warm, thick scent that immediately grounds the mind, soothing tired nerves and inviting a deep, heavy relaxation to settle into your chest. Daedalus sets a wide, shallow cauldron of thick bronze upon a low stone tripod over a small, smoldering bed of olive wood coals. The fire is kept extremely low, not a crackling, noisy flame, but a bed of soft, glowing red embers that radiate a steady, gentle warmth. He places chunks of the deep amber wax into the bronze basin. Listen to the slow, soothing sounds of the melting wax, a quiet, liquid rhythm that lulls the mind into peaceful stillness. As the heat penetrates the wax, it begins to soften. The sharp edges melt away into smooth, rounded curves. The heavy wax turns from solid stone into a rich, viscous liquid that glows like liquid gold beneath the low light of the hearth. Daedalus stirs the cauldron with a long stick of carved pine, moving his hand in slow, continuous circles. Swish, glide, stir. The sound of the smooth wooden stick gliding across the rounded bronze bottom is soft, hypnotic, and endlessly repeating. Small bubbles rise to the surface of the golden liquid, popping with microscopic, soft whispers that release fresh bursts of warm honey scent into the cool tower air. Beside the melting wax, Daedalus prepares long hanks of natural linen thread, spun from the fibers of flax plants grown in the river valleys. He draws each long strand of pale thread through the warm, liquid wax, coating it evenly before laying it out to cool on a smooth slab of slate. The wax sets quickly in the cool breeze, turning the soft thread into a stiff, waterproof cordage, flexible, strong, and completely durable. Watch Daedalus as he works with practiced, unhurried ease. His movements are deliberate and steady, operating with the calm grace of someone who understands that true craft cannot be rushed. Beside him, young Icarus sits on the stone floor, holding a cool, unmelted piece of honeycomb wax in his hands. The boy rolls the soft, pliable wax between his warm palms, shaping it into small, smooth spheres. The heat of his hands softens the wax just enough to make it feel like warm velvet against his skin. The subtle, sweet scent coats his fingers, and the tactile rhythm of shaping the warm wax slows his pulse, making his eyelids heavy with sleep. Feel a deep, soothing warmth radiating through your own body as you picture the gentle heat of the hearth and the glowing liquid gold in the basin. Your limbs grow pleasantly heavy, sank firmly into the supporting bed, as if warmed by the soft embers of the fire. The sweet, rich scent of honey and pine fills your mind, brushing away every lingering thought, every sharp distraction, leaving only a soft, golden calm. Outside the tower, the night air turns cool and crisp, creating a comforting contrast with the gentle warmth of the hearth inside. The wind through the stone arches carries the distant murmur of the ocean, blending seamlessly with the quiet hum of the cauldron. Daedalus lifts the pine stick from the basin, watching a thick, translucent stream of golden wax drip back into the pot. Drip, drop, rest. Each droplet forms a perfect, smooth ring upon the surface before dissolving back into the warm, liquid whole. He moves the bronze cauldron slightly away from the coals, allowing the wax to cool into a thick, workable paste that will hold the quills in place without burning the delicate feathers. The small bed of coals dims to a soft, dark crimson glow. The room settles into a warm, fragrant twilight, blanketed in total silence save for the calm, heavy breathing of father and son. Inhale the soothing sweetness of the golden wax. Exhale every tension from your body, letting go completely. The materials are ready. The wax rests in warm, golden peace, holding the sweetness of 1,000 wild flowers, waiting quietly under the starlit sky for the dawn of creation. Drift down, rest deep, and sleep. Now, with the feathers sorted in soft, papery mounds and the golden beeswax holding its sweet, honeyed warmth, Daedalus begins the delicate assembly of the wing frames, the wooden skeletons that will support their flight across the Aegean Sea. For the structural ribs of the wings, Daedalus selects lightweight, flexible wood, pale, sun-seasoned ash and slender strips of aromatic cedar. These woods have been dried for months in the high, dry air of the tower until every trace of moisture has evaporated, leaving behind a timber so light it seems almost buoyant, yet remarkably resilient against the wind. Take a slow, deep breath in, filling your chest with the clean, grounding scent of shaved cedar and warm wood. Imagine standing beside the master craftsman at his oak workbench. The high stone chamber is bathed in the cool, soft light of early morning. The air is still and serene, carrying the subtle, refreshing aroma of crisp mountain air mixed with the sweet, resinous perfume of shaved timber. Daedalus picks up a long, thin strip of ash wood. He holds it gently at both ends, applying a slow, steady pressure to test its natural flex. Listen to the quiet, organic sound of the wood bending, a soft, low-frequency creak. Flex. Frist. The timber yields with a smooth, continuous curve, mimicking the natural arch of an eagle's wing. There is no strain, no splintering, and no resistance. The wood remembers the living tree from which it came, bending gracefully to the master's touch. Using a fine bronze spoke shave, Daedalus carefully shapes the wooden spars, thinning them toward the wingtips to ensure they remain weightless at the outer edges while retaining deep strength at the shoulder joints. Slide. The bronze tool glides along the length of the cedar strip, producing long, paper-thin curls of aromatic wood shaving that roll off the bench and float silently to the stone floor. The rhythmic sound of the blade smoothing the timber is repetitive, soothing, and mesmerizing, a soft, whispering cadence that lulls the mind into peaceful focus. Next comes the intricate process of joining the wooden framework together. Daedalus uses lightweight cross braces made of flexible willow shoots, binding each joint with the waxed linen cords prepared the evening before. He wraps the golden cord tightly around the wood, pulling the knot smooth before sealing it with a small dab of warm beeswax. The wax cools instantly against the wood, locking the joint in place with absolute, silent rigidity. Look down at the finished frame resting upon the workbench. It is a masterpiece of functional elegance, a delicate, sweeping grid of pale wood that looks like the skeleton of a great seabird resting in total calm. It has no unnecessary weight, no sharp angles, and no rough surfaces. Every edge has been smoothed with fine pumice stone until it feels as soft as silk beneath your fingers. Daedalus begins the slow, hypnotic process of attaching the plumage to the frame. He starts at the bottom edge, taking the longest, strongest flight quills, the dark, sturdy feathers gathered from the cliffside ledges. He dips the hollow base of each feather quill into the pot of warm, liquid wax, then presses it firmly against the lower wooden spar, binding it with a thin loop of waxed thread. He holds each feather in place for a few long, quiet seconds while the golden wax sets. 1, 3. Feeling the warmth of the wax transfer to his fingertips as it solidifies into a firm, protective seal. Feather by feather, row by row, the wing begins to take shape. Daedalus overlaps the quills like the tiles of an ancient roof, ensuring that every feather rests smoothly over the next. As the second row of medium-sized plumage is added, the structure transforms from a bare wooden frame into a lush, layered surface of soft gray, white, and brown down. Listen to the delicate, layered sounds of the building process. When Daedalus runs his hand lightly across the newly attached feathers to test their alignment, they produce a soft, continuous rustle, a sound like gentle summer rain falling onto a leafy forest canopy or cool ocean waves sliding over smooth, rounded pebbles. The sound fills the quiet tower room, wrapping you in a cocoon of natural, peaceful textures. Young Icarus sits on the smooth stone floor beside the workbench, resting his arms upon his knees. His gaze is fixed upon the rhythmic movement of his father's hands. Dip the quill, lay the feather, smooth the wax, bind the thread. The endless, steady repetition of the craft acts like a gentle cradle for his mind. The boy's breathing grows deep, slow, and rhythmic, his eyelids fluttering as heavy, comforting sleep pulls at his thoughts. He feels completely safe in the presence of his father's quiet skill, knowing that these wings are being built with absolute care and infinite patience. The afternoon light softens into a warm amber glow, casting long, peaceful shadows across the tower floor. The first pair of wings is now complete, resting silently upon the oak table, a beautiful, weightless creation of wood, wax, and soft plumage, ready to glide upon the quiet winds of the morning. Daedalus sets his tools down upon a felt pad. The work for the day is done. The stone chamber is quiet, warm, and filled with the gentle, combined scents of cedarwood, sweet beeswax, and fresh ocean air. The long weeks of quiet gathering, carving, and binding have reached their conclusion. Tomorrow, at the first pale light of dawn, father and son will step into the sky. But tonight, on the eve of their journey, the high stone tower is wrapped in a profound, meditative stillness. The two pairs of completed wings rest side by side upon long, soft woolen cloths spread across the central oak table. In the dim, amber light of twilight, they look like great, slumbering birds resting their plumage before a long flight. One pair is broad, sturdy, and heavy-boned, shaped for the experienced frame of Daedalus. The other is slightly smaller, lighter, and more delicate, crafted specifically for young Icarus. Take a slow, deep breath in and enter the quiet, sacred atmosphere of this final evening. The air inside the tower chamber is cool, soft, and soothingly still. It holds a rich, fragrant tapestry of all the natural elements gathered over the passing days. The crisp, clean mineral scent of sea salt, the grounding aroma of aged cedar and ash wood, and the sweet, honeyed warmth of beeswax set into the feather quills. It is an atmosphere that feels entirely separate from the world below, elevated and serene, untouched by urgency or fear. Daedalus walks slowly around the table, conducting a final, silent inspection of his creation. He reaches out with a gentle, calloused hand to adjust the soft leather harnesses attached to the chest piece of Icarus's wings. The harness is crafted from supple, vegetable-tanned leather, rubbed with sweet olive oil until it is as soft and pliable as velvet. Feel the tactile texture of the leather as Daedalus tests the straps. There are no rough edges or stiff buckles to rub against the skin. The straps are lined with thick, white down feathers, ensuring that when the harness rests against the boy's shoulders, it will feel like a soft, weightless cushion. Daedalus runs his fingers along the copper buckles, checking that each pin turns smoothly and silently without a single catch. Click, slide, rest. Listen to the microscopic sounds of the quiet chamber. Outside, the evening breeze has settled into a faint, rhythmic murmur against the high stone archways. Hush, like a soft hand smoothing silk across a table. Far below at the base of the cliffs, the Mediterranean Sea rolls against the dark rocks in slow, heavy swells. The sound reaches the upper room as a low, continuous rumble, a rhythmic lullaby that has accompanied father and son every night of their captivity. Icarus stands quietly beside his father as the leather harness is fitted across his chest for a final measurement. The boy stands still, his body completely relaxed. He feels the light, reassuring weight of the leather straps across his shoulders and the soft, cool touch of the feathers brushing against his arms. There is no fear in his young heart, no anxiety for the morning to come. Surrounded by the quiet confidence of his father, he feels only a deep, peaceful trust, a sensation that he is supported, cared for, and completely safe. Daedalus unbuckles the harness with slow, unhurried care. The leather slides off the boy's shoulders with a soft, whispery friction. Swish, glide, rest. And Daedalus lays the wings back down onto their wool pads upon the table. He turns to the low hearth in the corner, where a single piece of olive wood smolders softly, casting a warm, flickering orange glow across the pale stone walls. He pours fresh mountain water from a clay pitcher into 2 small bronze cups, adding a few drops of sweet lavender oil and dried chamomile flowers. He hands a cup to Icarus. The warm steam rises from the cup, carrying the gentle, herbal fragrance of chamomile and lavender straight into the boy's senses. Icarus takes a slow, warm sip. The warm liquid settles into his chest, spreading a soothing, heavy warmth through his stomach, relaxing every muscle in his body from his neck down to his toes. His hands grow heavy around the warm bronze cup. His eyelids droop with the heavy, sweet pull of evening sleep. Daedalus sets the cups aside and guides his son toward his cot near the eastern window. The bed is prepared with thick, clean layers of sheep's wool and soft linen sheets washed in fresh rainwater. Icarus climbs into the bed, and Daedalus pulls the heavy woolen blanket up over the boy's shoulders. The weight of the blanket is comforting, grounding, and secure, pressing gently against his body like a warm embrace. "Rest now, my son," Daedalus whispers softly, his voice low and soothing, matching the quiet rhythm of the sea below. "The wind is waiting for us, but tonight belongs to sleep." Icarus rests his head upon the soft linen pillow. He looks out the arched window one last time before closing his eyes. The sky outside is a deep, velvety indigo, filled with 1,000,000 brilliant stars glowing in silent harmony. The moon sits high and pale, casting a silver track of light across the quiet sea. Feel your own body sinking into this same profound state of evening rest. Your limbs feel pleasantly heavy, warm, and entirely supported by the bed beneath you. Every thought of tomorrow, every small worry, dissolves into the quiet, fragrant air of the tower. Your breathing slows to a deep, natural rhythm. Inhale the soft scent of lavender and cedar, exhale every last remnant of the day. Daedalus sits down upon his own cot nearby, leaning his head back against the cool stone wall. He watches his son's chest rise and fall in slow, perfect cadence. The wings rest quietly on the oak table under the moonlight, complete, silent, and at peace. As the moon reaches its highest point in the midnight sky, casting long, silver beams through the stone archways, Daedalus speaks to his son in a low, hypnotic voice. This is the master craftsman's quiet lesson, the timeless wisdom of the via media, the gentle middle path that holds all of life in perfect balance. Listen to the calm, steady rhythm of his words. His voice is a low, warm hum, carrying the smooth, resonant quality of a wooden cello played in a quiet room. It flows with the slow, unhurried cadence of a deep river, softening every thought and guiding your mind into a state of total, restful surrender. "Listen closely, my child," Daedalus murmurs into the still night air, sitting beside the boy's bedside. "Before we step into the sky, you must understand the nature of the air, the sun, and the sea. Flight is not a battle against the sky. It is a quiet harmony between your spirit and the wind. Take a long, slow breath in, and let the wisdom of the middle path settle deep into your chest. There are 2 extremes in the open sky," Daedalus continues softly, his hand resting gently upon the edge of the woolen blanket. "2 paths that tempt the restless heart, but lead away from balance." He gestures gently toward the dark ocean visible through the high stone archway. The first path is the path of the low mist. If you fly too low, too close to the surface of the sea, the cool spray of the crashing waves will reach up to touch your feathers. The heavy, damp mist of the dark ocean will cling to the down of your wings. Drip by drip, water will gather upon the plumage, making the wings heavy, cold, and sodden. Your arms will grow weary under the sodden weight, pulling you slowly downward toward the dark, churning currents below. Feel the cold, heavy dampness described in his words, and then let it drift away, replaced by a warm, protective comfort. Avoid the deep mist, Icarus, Daedalus whispers, his voice dropping into a softer, lower tone. Do not let your wings drag through the heavy dampness of the low waters. Stay above the ocean's reach. He pauses, allowing the low, rhythmic roar of the sea below to fill the quiet room for a few long, peaceful seconds. The ocean sound acts as a grounding anchor, reminding you of the solid earth below. And then, Daedalus speaks again, turning his gaze upward toward the starry sky. There is the second path, the path of the high sun. His voice grows even softer, like a warm breeze passing through pine needles. If you fly too high, intoxicated by the lightness of the air and the beauty of the heavens, you will draw too near to the golden chariot of Apollo. The fierce, burning heat of the high sun will beat down upon your back. The warm rays will penetrate deep into the feathers, reaching the golden beeswax that holds the quills to the wooden frame. Slowly, silently, the wax will soften. It will turn from firm gold into a loose, warm liquid, running like honey down the wood. The feathers will slip away one by one, floating like white leaves down through the empty air, leaving you without support in the thin sky. Picture the image of the sun's warmth, not as a harsh heat, but as a soft, comforting glow that lulls you into peaceful relaxation. So hear my final warning, my son, Daedalus says, his words weaving a protective circle of complete safety around the sleeping boy. You must fly the middle path, the via media. Keep your course midway between the damp wave and the scorching sun. If you fly too low, the sea will weigh you down. If you fly too high, the sun will melt your strength. But if you hold the middle line, the air will carry you effortlessly on its soft, cool shoulders. The middle path, midway between the sea and the sky, balanced, weightless, and calm. Feel the profound truth of this balance settling into your own mind and body. The middle path is the space of total rest. It is the place where you are neither too cold nor too warm, neither too heavy nor too light. It is the perfect equilibrium of complete peace. Your body rests squarely in the middle of this comfort. The blanket above you is warm and soft, holding just enough gentle weight to anchor your shoulders, while the bed beneath you holds your back in complete, effortless support. You do not need to strive. You do not need to seek. You are suspended in the quiet, balanced center of the present moment. Daedalus reaches out and gently strokes the boy's hair, his fingers moving in a slow, repetitive motion from forehead to crown. Slide. The soft touch lulls Icarus deeper and deeper into the quiet sanctuary of sleep. Keep your eyes on my wings, Daedalus whispers, his voice fading into the shadowy twilight of the stone chamber. Follow my line through the air. Do not look up at the burning sun, and do not look down at the dark sea. Trust the middle breeze. Trust the quiet balance of the world. Outside the tower, the night air holds its breath. The stars shine with a cool, steady light, watching over the sleeping earth. The wind through the high arches moves in a slow, gentle pulse, carrying the middle path's wisdom into every corner of the quiet room. Inhale the sweet, balanced harmony of the air. Exhale every distraction, every worry, every thought. There is only the middle path now, a long, peaceful corridor of quiet sky stretching out into the dark night. The lessons are complete. The wisdom has been spoken. Your body is heavy, warm, and resting in complete, unbroken equilibrium. The silent velvet of midnight slowly yields to the first soft, translucent hues of early morning. High atop the coastal cliffs of Crete, the air holds a breathtaking, pristine stillness as dawn approaches. Stand quietly beside Daedalus and Icarus at the stone threshold of the high archway, looking out over the edge of the world. The ocean below is a vast, calm sheet of pale indigo, perfectly still, reflecting the gentle, shifting colors of the eastern sky. High above the horizon, thin ribbons of soft rose, pale peach, and muted lavender bloom across the heavens, painting the morning air in a soothing, golden haze. Take a slow, deep, refreshing breath in, drawing the cool, clean purity of the morning air into your lungs. The air at dawn is crisp, invigorating, and deeply pure. It carries the cold, mineral fragrance of dark ocean waters, blended with the sweet, damp scent of morning dew clinging to wild cliffside thyme and sun-bleached grass. Every breath fills you with a quiet, peaceful clarity, washing away the last remnants of sleep while keeping your body in a state of complete, heavy relaxation. The time has come to secure the wings for flight. The process is slow, deliberate, and deeply ritualistic. Daedalus steps behind his son, lifting the lighter pair of feather-covered wings from the wooden table. He lowers the harness gently over Icarus's shoulders. The soft, vegetable-tanned leather straps settle comfortably against the boy's chest, lined with fluffy white down that cushions every point of contact. Listen to the quiet, tactile sounds of the fitting, a soothing rhythm of natural materials coming together. The supple leather straps make a soft, smooth friction against the boy's linen tunic. Daedalus draws the upper chest strap through a polished copper buckle, testing its tension with steady, practiced fingers. The metal pin glides home with a silent, precise click, click, hold, anchoring the wooden frame securely to the boy's back. The weight of the wings spreads evenly across his shoulders, feeling surprisingly light, natural, and well-balanced. Next, Daedalus secures the soft leather loops around Icarus's forearms and hands, allowing the boy's fingers to grasp the thin, flexible control rods carved from pale ash wood. When Icarus gently extends his arms, the wings open wide on either side of his body, spanning several feet of layered white and gray plumage. As the feathers fan out, they catch the faint morning breeze, producing a soft, papery rustle, a sound as light as dry autumn leaves falling through a quiet forest. Icarus turns to look at his father. Daedalus has secured his own larger, darker wings across his broad shoulders. The master craftsman's face is calm, illuminated by the pale golden light of the rising sun. He places his hands gently on his son's shoulders, looking deep into his eyes. "Remember the middle path, my child," Daedalus whispers, his voice low, steady, and reassuringly warm. "Fly neither too close to the dark sea nor too near the high sun. Trust the air to hold you. Follow my lead, and let the wind do the work." Icarus nods slowly, his heart completely at peace. He feels no urge to rush, no tension in his muscles, and no fear in his chest. Supported by the wings and anchored by his father's quiet presence, he feels a profound sense of absolute security. They step out onto the broad, flat stone ledge extending from the base of the high tower. The edge of the cliff drops away below them into the quiet blue abyss. Far down at sea level, the gentle morning tide meets the base of the rocks with a low, rhythmic murmur, boom, wash, hush, a deep, grounding frequency that vibrates softly through the stone ledge beneath their feet. Look down at the smooth limestone beneath your toes. The stone is cool and solid, holding the firm, immovable strength of the earth. A gentle, steady updraft begins to rise from the valley below as the morning sun warms the cliffside. The air rises in a smooth, continuous column of invisible warmth, lifting the lower edges of the feather wings. Feel the subtle, weightless buoyancy starting to build beneath the plumage. The wings stir softly, lifting slightly off their shoulders as if eager to embrace the sky. The rising air supports their weight, taking away all heaviness, leaving father and son suspended in a breathless, peaceful moment of perfect balance. Daedalus takes a slow step toward the edge. He extends his broad wings, catching the full force of the gentle updraft. With a single, smooth, unhurried motion, he steps off the solid stone into the open air. There is no sudden drop, no harsh jolt, and no noise. The air catches his wings instantly, cradling his body in a soft, invisible cushion. He glides out over the blue expanse in a wide, sweeping curve, his motion as effortless and smooth as a seabird soaring on the morning wind. Icarus watches his father float gracefully into the golden light. He takes a deep, calm breath, fills his lungs with the fresh ocean air, and steps forward off the ledge. The stone disappears beneath his feet. Instantly, the cool morning air catches the layered feathers of his wings. He feels a gentle, uplifting pressure beneath his arms as gravity yields to buoyancy. The ground drops away, replaced by an infinite blanket of soft, blue air. He is flying, weightless, serene, and supported by the gentle hands of the wind, he glides out into the pale golden dawn over the Aegean Sea, floating, soaring, and resting upon the open sky. The sky over the Aegean Sea is a vast, calm sanctuary of pale gold and muted azure. High above the ancient waters, suspended halfway between the dark blue sea and the glowing vaults of heaven, Daedalus and Icarus glide together along the quiet currents of the morning air. There is no effort in this flight, no straining of muscles, no frantic beating of wings. The air itself acts as a deep, supportive ocean, carrying father and son on long, invisible waves of warm rising thermal breeze. Take a slow, deep, restful breath in and feel your entire body grow weightless, floating upon this infinite cushion of morning sky. Listen to the soothing, rhythmic melody of the flight. The only sound in this high, silent world is the soft, continuous rush of the wind passing through the layered plumage of the wings. A gentle, whispering cadence like the sound of cool silk dragging across a polished oak floor. Every now and then, as a subtle air current catches the lower edge of the wing, the wooden ash spars give a soft, organic flex. A hold, glide. A sound of deep structural strength, reassuring and completely secure. Below them, the Aegean Sea stretches out to the horizon in an unbroken expanse of smooth indigo glass. From this great height, the vast ocean appears not as a turbulent sea, but as a peaceful, shimmering tapestry of light and shadow. The morning sun casts a long, golden track across the water, a glowing ribbon of liquid light that stretches out into the quiet distance, guiding their path northward toward the distant mainland. Scattered across the sapphire water like pale emeralds set in dark velvet lie the quiet islands of the Cyclades. Daedalus glides ahead, his long, dark wings holding a steady, unyielding line through the middle sky. He turns his head slightly, his gaze resting upon his son with quiet pride and watchful care. Icarus floats just a few yards behind and slightly above his father's left wing, completely immersed in the peaceful rhythm of the drift. They pass slowly over the island of Samos. From high above, the island's terraced olive groves appear as soft, silvery green carpets clinging to the slopes of pale limestone hills. The morning air rising from the sun-warmed earth carries the faint, nostalgic scent of crushed thyme, dried pine needles, and sweet wild oregano. Inhale the subtle, earthy fragrances floating up from the islands below, fresh, clean, and deeply grounding. The air gently lifts the boy's wings, carrying him higher with zero effort, like a feather drifting on a warm summer afternoon breeze. He adjusts his wrists slightly, tilting the ash control rods by a fraction of an inch. The wing responds instantly, tracing a smooth, wide arc through the blue atmosphere. Look down at the small fishing villages nestled in the quiet coves of Delos and Paros. The tiny stone houses, whitewashed and serene, gleam like small pearls in the morning sun. Thin, lazy wisps of blue smoke rise straight up from cooking hearths into the still air, dissolving into the atmosphere before reaching the height of the wings. Down on the narrow stone piers, tiny figures of fishermen pause in their work, looking up into the sky. They see two great, majestic birds gliding silently across the sunlit clouds, not gods, but men who have found the quiet, weightless balance of the middle path. The rhythm of the flight is deeply hypnotic, lulling the mind into a state of profound, meditative stillness. Inhale the cool, pristine mountain air. Exhale every remaining tension from your body. Your body feels completely detached from the weight of the earth. Your arms and legs rest in heavy, effortless balance, as if you too were floating upon these smooth, endless air currents. The constant, soft rustle of the feathers wraps around your consciousness like a warm woolen blanket, brushing away every passing thought, leaving only the endless sky and the quiet sea. Ahead lies the island of Lebynthos, its rocky coastlines smoothed by the vast distance into soft, rounded contours of pale ochre and slate gray. The shadows of their four great wings glide silently across the mirror-like surface of the sea below, tiny dark silhouettes tracing the gentle path of their journey. The sun warms the back of your shoulders with a gentle, soothing heat, not the fierce glare of noon, but the soft, comforting embrace of an early morning ray. The warmth penetrates deep into your muscles, relaxing every fiber, soaking into your spine, making your limbs feel heavy, relaxed, and completely at peace. Daedalus tilts his wings slightly, signaling for a long, slow turn toward the north. Icarus follows smoothly, his body leaning into the curve with natural, instinctive grace. They move together like two leaves caught in a calm river eddy, swirling slowly through the blue vault of heaven. Soaring the world below recedes into a soft, hazy blur of sea and sky, merging together at the horizon in a seamless border of silver and light. There is no time here in the high air, only the endless, soothing repetition of the wind, the gentle warmth of the sun, and the deep, unbreakable safety of the middle path. Close your eyes, feel the gentle updraft holding you completely safe in the high, quiet air, and let yourself drift effortlessly down into the quiet, weightless sanctuary of sleep. As the sun climbs higher into the mid-morning sky, its brilliant rays flood the open air with a deep, golden radiance. High above the Aegean, the air grows delightfully warm, wrapped in the comforting, luminous embrace of Apollo's sun. In this peaceful retelling, there is no tragic fall, no burning heat, and no fear. The sun does not strike down with harshness. It acts as a gentle, radiant blanket, a warm, golden light that bathes the boy in complete, tranquil comfort, lulling his senses into a state of blissful weightlessness. Take a long, slow breath in drawing in the soft, sun-warmed air of the high sky. The temperature around the wings is perfectly balanced, like a warm bath or the soft glow of a hearth fire on a cool evening. The golden light penetrates deep into the layered white feathers, warming the soft down beneath and heating the supple leather straps across Icarus's shoulders. The warmth spreads slowly down his neck, soothing his arms, relaxing his spine, and making his entire body feel heavy, warm, and entirely relaxed. Listen to the serene, hypnotic sounds of this warm high corridor. The wind through the plumage has softened into a low, purring hum. Hush, swish, hush, like a gentle lullaby whispered across a quiet meadow. The wooden ash spars expand ever so slightly in the sun's gentle warmth, settling into their joints with a soft, satisfying click, click, hold, rest. The sweet, nostalgic scent of warm beeswax rises softly from the wing frames. Heated gently by the sun, the wax releases its rich, honeyed aroma once more into the air, a fragrance holding the memory of summer wildflowers, golden clover, and quiet Cretan valleys. Every breath Icarus takes is filled with this soothing, honeyed sweetness, melting away any remaining thoughts, wrapping his mind in a state of dreamlike peace. Icarus closes his eyes for a few quiet moments, allowing the wings to carry him on their own. He does not need to steer. He does not need to look. The air currents under the sun's soft rays create a natural, rising thermal, a vast, invisible elevator of warm air that cradles his body without any effort on his part. He floats upon this cushion of light like a leaf resting on the surface of a sunlit pond. Floating, resting, cradled in warm light. Below him, Daedalus glides smoothly, his broad wings catching the same golden light. The master craftsman looks up at his son, seeing the boy's face bathed in a soft, peaceful glow. He sees that Icarus is not climbing too high into the fierce vault of the heavens, nor dropping down toward the damp spray of the ocean. The boy is resting comfortably in the sweet, warm heart of the middle path, completely at peace within the golden sky. Feel the deep, soothing sensation of the sun's warmth spreading through your own limbs. Your shoulders drop completely, releasing every tiny knot of tension. Your hands rest loosely against the control rods, moving only with the natural, rhythmic rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Your legs feel long, warm, and heavy, supported effortlessly by the vast sky beneath you. The sunlight glints off the golden wax set into the feather quills, turning the wings into shining shields of soft, radiant amber. The air around them seems to shimmer with pale golden dust, creating a protective cocoon of light that isolates father and son from every worry, every memory of captivity, and every earthly care. Warmth, silence, infinite blue. The flight becomes a timeless, dreamlike drift. The sky above is a deep, comforting indigo, while the sea below reflects the sun like a vast mirror of polished bronze. Suspended between these two infinite worlds of light and water, Icarus feels his consciousness begin to soften and expand. His breathing grows long, deep, and rhythmic. Inhale the warm, honeyed air, exhale into the soft light, matching the slow, steady pulse of the sun gliding across the heavens. The warmth of Apollo is not a threat, but a sacred gift of quiet comfort, a radiant blessing that softens the world, quietens the wind, and lulls the flying boy into a state of complete, unbroken serenity. Close your eyes, feel the gentle, honey-scented warmth surrounding you on every side, and allow yourself to sink deep into the weightless, sunlit sanctuary of sleep. Having crossed the vast, shimmering expanse of the open sea, the high sky begins its gradual, quiet transition toward the setting sun. The long journey across the Aegean draws to a peaceful close as the pale, golden coastline of Sicily appears on the western horizon, a quiet, welcoming haven of green hills, fertile valleys, and calm, sheltered bays. In this timeless space, the sky does not end with a sudden landing, but with a slow, meditative descent that lasts for long, blissful minutes. Take a deep, slow breath in, drawing the cool, evening air of the Sicilian coast deep into your lungs. The air as you approach the island changes softly. The high, crisp mountain air yields to the rich, grounding aromas of the fertile earth below. It smells of damp, sun-baked soil, blooming orange groves, sweet fig trees, and the cool, resinous fragrance of umbrella pines clinging to the low coastal hills. Every breath feels heavy, warm, and deeply comforting, grounding your spirit after the long, weightless hours of flight. Daedalus tilts his broad wings downward by a fraction of an inch, setting a long, gentle angle of descent. Icarus follows smoothly beside him, his wings held wide and still. Listen to the changing rhythm of the wind as you glide lower and lower. The high, rushing whisper of the upper sky softens into a low, gentle sigh. Hush, Christ, as the dense air of the lower atmosphere catches the layered feathers. The wings do not fight gravity. They ride down the smooth, downward-sloping currents of warm evening air like a leaf floating softly through the quiet canopy of an ancient forest. Gliding lower, dipping down slowly, floating toward the solid earth, look down at the quiet landscape of Sicily stretching out beneath you in the warm, violet twilight. The setting sun paints the island in deep, soothing shades of burnt terracotta, dark bronze, and soft plum. The green hills slope gently down toward quiet, horseshoe-shaped coves where the dark sea meets beaches of fine, sun-warmed sand. The ocean here does not crash or roar. It laps against the shore in delicate, rhythmic ripples. Wash, hush, a quiet, liquid murmur welcoming the flyers back to the safety of the earth. The temperature grows pleasantly warm and humid as you descend into the sheltered bay. The evening breeze feels like a soft, velvet shawl laid gently across your shoulders, warming your skin and relaxing every tired muscle in your body. Daedalus guides them toward a broad, flat crescent of silver sand tucked safely between two low limestone cliffs. The sand down below looks soft, smooth, and untouched, holding the deep, comforting warmth of the afternoon sun. As father and son glide just a few feet above the water's edge, their shadows stretch out long and thin across the gentle ripples of the tide. Icarus extends his legs down toward the earth, his body completely relaxed, holding no tension, no fear, and no hurry. Listen to the microscopic sounds of the final approach. The lower edges of the primary feathers brush lightly through the tall, soft beach grass growing along the edge of the dunes. Swish, rustle, a sound as delicate as a whisper. The air lifts them one last time in a gentle, buoyant cushion, holding them suspended for a single, weightless second above the quiet shore. Down. Their feet meet the soft, warm sand of the Sicilian shore. The landing is completely soft and weightless. The fine, warm sand yields beneath their toes, cradling their feet in a soft, supportive embrace. They take two slow, unhurried steps forward, coming to a complete, peaceful standstill upon the solid, unchanging earth. Stand still upon the shore, feeling the absolute stability of the ground beneath you. After hours of floating through the open sky, the earth feels immensely solid, reassuring, and permanent. The sand holds the sun's warmth, radiating a comforting heat up through your feet, through your legs, and into your entire body, anchoring you completely in this moment of safety and peace. Daedalus reaches around his shoulders and gently unbuckles the leather straps of Icarus's harness. Click, slide, release. The supple leather straps fall away, and the weight of the wings lifts gently off the boy's shoulders. Daedalus lays the feather wings down upon the soft, dry sand beside a low cedar bush. The wings lie still and quiet, their work complete, their long journey finished in total success. Icarus sits down upon the warm sand, leaning his back against a smooth, sun-heated rock. He stretches his legs out in front of him, feeling the heavy, blissful fatigue of a long, peaceful journey settling deep into his bones. His muscles are soft and heavy, his arms rest limply at his sides, his chest rises and falls in slow, deep, unbroken rhythms. Beside him, Daedalus sits in total silence, watching the last golden sliver of the sun dip below the dark western horizon. The night arrives quickly over Sicily, painting the sky in deep, velvety indigo. Millions of cold, bright stars begin to shine overhead, casting silver ribbons of light across the quiet bay. The wind dies down to a complete, absolute standstill, leaving the shore in total, unbroken tranquility. Inhale the warm, earthy scent of the Sicilian coast, exhale every last remnant of the sky. You are grounded, safe, and completely supported by the firm earth beneath you. The long flight is over. The journey is complete. Close your eyes, listen to the slow, gentle lap of the tide upon the sand, and drift down into a deep, heavy, and dreamless sleep. High above the serene, sun-drenched hills of Cumae, overlooking the tranquil waters of the Tyrrhenian Sea, stands the ancient Temple of Apollo, a sanctuary of pale marble, cool shade, and eternal peace. Here, at the peaceful end of their long journey, Daedalus comes to fulfill a sacred vow, to dedicate his masterpiece, the marvelous wings of wood, wax, and feather, to the god of light, music, and quiet order. Step slowly into the spacious, open courtyard of the temple. The world outside, with its distant cities and restless seas, fades completely into a calm, reverent whisper. The temple is built from massive, polished blocks of white Pentelic marble, shaded by ancient, sprawling cypress trees and fragrant laurels. The air inside the colonnade is noticeably cooler, chilled by the thick stone porticos and the soft breezes drifting up from the valley below. Take a long, slow breath in, filling your lungs with the sacred, grounding atmosphere of the temple. The air smells cleanly of cool, polished stone, washed by rainwater and dried by the gentle sun. Blended with this clean mineral scent is the rich, resinous perfume of burning frankincense and dried myrrh, drifting up from tiny, bronze incense burner bowls set along the marble steps. The smoke rises in thin, pale silver ribbons that float weightlessly through the quiet air, dissolving lazily into the high, vaulted ceiling. Look around at the grand, silent sanctuary. Tall, fluted marble columns rise like ancient white trees, casting long, cool shadows across the smooth, polished floor. Between the columns, wide open archways frame breathtaking views of the sapphire sea far below, perfectly still and shimmering like liquid silver under the fading evening light. In the center of the inner sanctuary, upon a high pedestal of dark, polished basalt, Daedalus carefully lays out the two pairs of wings. Watch the master craftsman as he performs this final, sacred act. His hands move with infinite gentleness, placing the sweeping wooden frames side by side upon the dark stone. He smooths down the soft, overlapping layers of gray and white plumage, making sure every feather lies flat, pristine, and perfectly at peace. Listen to the microscopic, soothing sounds of the sanctuary. The silence here is deep, heavy, and protective. The only sound is the subtle, rhythmic rustle of the ancient cypress leaves in the courtyard outside. Hush, a soft, leafy whisper that sweeps through the tall marble pillars like a gentle hand brushing across silk. Far below, at the foot of the hill, the ocean waves meet the shore in a slow, rhythmic lullaby. Rest. A deep, low pulse that anchors the entire temple to the ancient rhythm of the earth. Beside the basalt pedestal, young Icarus stands quietly, resting his palm flat against the cool marble of a tall column. The stone beneath his hand is smooth, solid, and soothingly cold. It holds the strength of centuries, offering a profound sense of permanence, safety, and rest. The boy feels no urge to run, no longing for the sky, and no restlessness in his spirit. He has flown through the high heavens, crossed the endless sea, and found his way safely back to the grounding embrace of the solid earth. Daedalus steps back from the pedestal, his work complete. The wings rest quietly under the warm, golden glow of the temple lamps. They will never fly again. They have fulfilled their high purpose, bringing father and son across the world to this sanctuary of eternal rest. Feel a deep, heavy, and impenetrable peace settling over your entire body. Your mind feels as quiet and spacious as the high, vaulted marble roof above. Every lingering thought, every memory of the long journey dissolves into the warm, resinous scent of frankincense and the cool shade of the temple walls. Your limbs grow delightfully heavy, sinking firmly into absolute relaxation, supported by the immovable strength of the earth beneath you. The evening sun sinks below the horizon, painting the sky in deep shades of indigo, violet, and soft velvet black. The bronze oil lamps inside the sanctuary burn with small, steady, golden flames, casting a soft, comforting amber light across the white marble floor and the quiet, resting feathers. Daedalus and Icarus sit together upon a broad stone bench carved into the cool marble wall. They wrap their soft woolen cloaks tightly around their shoulders, resting their heads back against the solid stone. The temple holds them safely in its ancient, protective silence. The air is warm, fragrant, and still. The stars appear one by one through the open roof of the courtyard, bright and silent, watching over the sleeping world. Inhale the sweet, soothing scent of myrrh and pine. Exhale every remaining thought, letting your mind grow completely still. The wings are at rest. The journey is finished. The story is complete. Close your eyes. Feel the deep, timeless peace of the stone sanctuary surrounding you on every side, and drift down into a deep, weightless, and dreamless sleep. Good night.